Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be doing an unboxing and an installation of these Gemcon. This is a 700 lumen pistol light. I would say 700 is probably the least amount that you'll need to put on a pistol light to blind people with. You know, basically, so yeah, they can't see you while you... Now, I actually did purchase a second one. For two reasons. One, I'm going to be installing one on a Glock 17 as well as a Byrna. If you guys don't know what a Byrna is, that is a less lethal firearm. But anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and open one of these up. It's actually pretty simple. I went to this instead of the Surefire or the more expensive ones simply because it's a flashlight. And I don't need to pay a lot for a flashlight, so... it's very simple. It's actually, I only paid $14 for this thing. We're doing some zooming in. What do we got here? We got the Gemcon GM1097, and it basically gives you all of the information that you need, how to install it. It's pretty straightforward, and it's all in English, which is really awesome. So let's go ahead and take it out, see what's inside of it. Obviously, we have the device right here. Pretty interesting little device if you really think about it, but we're going to talk about this in a second. All of the parts as well as a tool to work on it, very important, and the charging cable, which we will be talking about here shortly. So getting all this stuff out of the way, and all this stuff, I think that's out of the way. So the what's basically in the package, you know, you've got the pistol light, you've got the built-in battery, you've got a slide rail adapter, and then you also have backup clamps, Allen wrench, the charging cable, the backup screws. This thing comes with a little bit of everything, and obviously the user man. Now, this works off of what they call an adjustable rail system, where it's you can see the little slots there. That's where it actually like goes on to the rail, which we will talk about here in a second. But this whole piece right here is the notch for the rail system, and it's completely removable and adjustable for the firearm. Now, like I said, I bought these for the Glock 17, but oddly enough, it's very, very adjustable. Now, this is what they call a low profile and compact system. It only weighs 1.25 I'm sorry, not weighs. It's only 1.25 inches wide, and it's 1.5, I'm sorry, the weight is 1.58 ounces, so there's no extra load to the pistol. It's also rechargeable. You can see right here. Got your little USB-C recharging point, which we will talk about here in a second. There's actually an indicator. It's right... I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a little indicator that when you start to charge it, it's red, but when it's fully charged, it turns green. It'll also turn red when it needs to be charged. So make sure you keep this sucker charged. Obviously, it's going to be probably a NiCad type battery, and it's pretty small, and it's USB-C. So yeah, possibly even lithium. There's no telling. Now, of note, guys, you got to listen to me here, okay? You got to listen to me here. So let me get it. So this device does not support fast charging. So if you think you're going to use this on your cell phone fast charger, do not do it. Just use the simple dumbed down USB-A to USB-C cable, because if you don't, things can blow up. Why? Because you didn't read the instructions, as Rose would say. So please remember that. If you do buy one of these, I've been playing with this. These are excellent little lights. As a matter of fact, you're going to absolutely love what I do with this. All right, so now it's convenient operation. It's controlled by ambidextrous switches. There's one on each side, which you'll see when I start to put it on the firearm. There's one on each side, okay? So I can do a righty or I can do it a lefty, whichever you do. And make sure that, that before you buy this, that your firearm or whatever you're going to attach it to has a standard Piccadilly rail on it, okay? Otherwise, it's just not going to fit. It's going to wobble for a second, it's going to fall off, or you're going to clamp it on real tight, and it's just not going to stay on, especially if you're using it on a firearm, which is what it's designed for, and it's going to just come off. It's going to rattle off, basically. So, standard Piccadilly rail. Now, this also does have versatility modes where the gun light features 2 versatile settings. One is steady. I'm going to try not to blind you here. You should be able to see it. If I just touch it, it comes on. And if I go tap, 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 where are we at here? Am I doing this wrong? Tap, 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 tap. It's supposed to have a strobe on it. Too fast. I'll have to figure it out. Maybe I can figure out later in the video. It's supposed to have like a strobe. Like you can like strobe modes. There you go. You just got to hold it down. Strobe mode. And then you turn it off, turn it back on. It stays stuck on that mode. So whichever mode you plan on using, there you go. So it's hold. It's not double tap like the instructions say, which is kind of weird. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to mount this to a Glock 19. Move that stuff out of the way. We don't need no stinking instructions. We're going to load it onto a standard Glock 19 for my YouTube family. Cleared. And you're going to see pretty quickly how easy this thing goes on. So it does come, where's it at here? It does come, if we open up the little support bag, what you have is you have some extra screws, okay, which you may or may not need. I noticed they're the same size. I don't know why you would have extra ones. Maybe, I don't know. But I know right now we don't need them. So we're going to put them back in the bag. And then you actually have these different, you have this is an extra locking plate for the opposite side. You'll see when I take it apart. It has one on it already, so we'll set that to the side. And then it actually has this smaller slide notch that will actually notch up inside of the beginning. This is like the locking notch on a Picatinny rail system. Most pistols only have 1 or 2 of them. Some have 3, and on standard Glocks there's only 1. So we're going to basically take this apart real quick. It came loose and I could like slip it on, but it's not in the right spot. There's too much gap. I want less gap right here. So I'm going to adjust the whole thing. I could use the little L wrench that they send with it, but I'm not going to worry about that because I actually have my own tools. It does work. It's just a little bit different. So, and I don't think I need this one, but we're going to go ahead and take this apart real quick and make sure that we line it up properly in the locking notch, as you know, whatever the word is, the locking notch. Gun guys, put the name of this little notch right here in the chat for me. We're going to just pop these screws out. And then all you have to do, if you pop these screws out, is you can see there's holes. The holes go all the way through. So all we literally have to do to get it onto the firearm, once again, this weapon has been cleared, is you just get that little notch on there. See a little notch right there? And you put the little notch right there. And you put it on. Come on, get in there, notch. And you just get in there, notch. And then you put it, come here, you. There we go. And then so now that brings it closer, right? So now all we have to do is just take it off. And we'll see that there's basically some holes. There's some hole alignment there. You should be able to see a little bit of light through there. And then we're just going to pop our screws back inside of it until we hit those holes that gonna have to wiggle it around. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna pop those puppies back in there, and we're gonna double check the fit real quick before we put the screw back on, and then see how it fits in there nice and tight now. One isn't going anywhere. And then we're gonna put this, we don't need this. We're gonna pop this locking piece right back on there. We're not gonna tighten it down all the way because we have to put it to the firearm via the Picatinny rail, like such. I'm going to lock it into place. I'm going to hold it down, and then we're just going to screw it down until it's firm. Not overly tight, just firm. Because we want to make sure that it's, there you go, it's going nowhere. Look at that, it's going nowhere. I wish I could get it come back just a little further, but I think I can deal with this. I think I can do that. What do you guys think? You think we can do that? You think we can do a nice grip? There you go. Where are we at here? Yeah, no problem. We can do it with the other finger if we have to. And then, so it's in the right place. So now we're just going to crank it down until it's on there nice and firm. That one was really loose. We don't want to go crazy with this. And then make sure that when you crank it down, that you've got equal amounts of tension on each one of the screws so it doesn't jiggle. And that's it. And that's it, guys. Nothing to it. Nothing to it but to do it. It's got a low silhouette. Doesn't interfere with the mechanics of the firearm. It's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do the same exact thing with the other one, but that one's going to be a little different. That one is going to be with my new friend, the Byrna. This is the Byrna SD. To my friends at Byrna, thank you for sending this to me. We're just going to unload that. And it doesn't do that because it's got a compressed cylinder inside of it, which isn't in there right now. But it does have a safety, which is nice. It fits in the hand well. And then all we're going to do, let's slide that out of the way, is we're going to get our other box and we're going to repeat the process. It's so simple to do. $17 a pop. I'm going to get the light out. I don't know if we need any of the other adapter pieces. I don't even know how well this is going to fit. Like I was telling you before, like this one has 3 notches in it. So I've got some flexibility, some room to make some adjustments here. But we are still going to make this. I always keep forgetting. I like to bring things that I handle up close to my body and get it into my workspace, as the Super Trooper Special Forces dudes would try and tell you. This shit was all invented by the Marine Corps. Anyway, I'm going to take that off just so we can get these pins out of it. We may have to replace the slide. I do not know. But I'm going to try and get this in there. This one has a square, slot. So I may try to get it even closer. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. What do you guys think? Think that's good? Yeah, I think that'll work because I can actually like reach that real well. Maybe I'll try. Can I get it even closer? Nope, that's as close as I can get it. And I actually have it on the center rail. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's it. And then we're going to get the pins in it. Kind of jiggle the pins in there to. Actually, I could probably use a screwdriver. It's even smaller to lock. Get the holes right. There it is. Now the hole is straight. Jiggle my pins in. You can probably do that with that L wrench. Just the same. I'm going to pop these in here like so. I'm going to get these just barely on so that we can get it onto the rail system. Oh, I think I might have over-tightened it. No, did I get it? Yeah, I got it. All right, good. And then we're going to push it all the way back to where we want it. And we're going to just put it on firmly so that we can adjust it. One. And like I said, you don't want to over-tighten these. Just get it down to where they're just like baby finger tight so that you can jiggle it where you want. It feels good. It feels good there. There we go. I can also hit it there if I want to. It's ambidextrous. It's not getting inside of in the trigger space. It is kind of, but I don't really. It doesn't. I'm not really minding it, to be honest with you. I think it's something I could learn to work with. We pull it forward just a hair, since it does. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we're going to crank it down. Okay. Now she's right where we want her to be. Look at that. And I've already charged them up, so they're actually ready to go. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's $14 for each one of these. Excellent buy. If you guys go with the higher end stuff, I hate to say it, but it's like they say you get what you pay for. But in today's modern world of technology and our Chinese friends overseas, they're making some pretty good stuff that costs very, very little amounts of money. And it actually is coming out halfway decent, as much as I don't want to admit it. So for the price of probably the less, I haven't looked up the price for like a Surefire, but I'm gonna go with at least half the price of a Surefire. I can get 2 lights for 2 different firearms. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a thing, guys. That's gonna be a thing. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in picking up these lights. They're definitely worth the money. They're definitely worth the money. As usual, stay safe. Have a great day. I'll see you when I see you. And there'll be something like over here for you to go watch. Another cool video. They're all good. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.